His Excellency Ambassador, High Commissioner of Australia in India, Barry O. Farrell, Sri Rohit Kumarji, Secretary, Consumer Affairs, Government of India, Dr. Rajendra Kumar, DG, ESIC, all dear participants, good morning to all of you and greetings. Firstly, let me thank ET government for inviting me here and share some of the views or some of the initiatives that we have taken to take this, shall I say, developed India by during the Amrit Kal or whatever initiatives that the government is taking, what kind of inputs we have taken and what kind of initiatives we have taken in the organization. When we were young and officially young, 35 years to 45 years, that 40 years, that kind of age, our then Honorable President, Dr. Kalam, gave us a dream, and that dream was develop India by 2020. India 2020, he wrote a book. That book was published in 1998. And later on, few more visionaries, few more thought leaders like Tata, for example, or the founder of Infosys, they all pitched in some more ideas, and they told us as to how to move forward so that India can become a developed nation by 2020. We made tremendous progress after that 1998 book. Whichever field you take science and technology kind of achievements the country has made. All departments, I'm not talking of only DRDO, all departments in science and technology. The ease of living, the economics, everywhere you see there's a huge progress that the country has made. But unfortunately, we slipped the target of 2020, developed nation by 2020. Perhaps the world moved much faster or in a different way than we had imagined at that point of time. But this we cannot let happen in this time to come. We need to have our country developed in a time-bound manner during the Amrit Kal. And what I feel is that decisions need to be taken by the experts, and those experts have also to be managers, there's no doubt in that, but the information or the thought process should come from the experts. The decision process needs to be flexible and fast. Learning from genuine failures needs to be allowed. Silos need to be broken. And we need to dream big. As Dr. Kalam said, we need to dream big and let those dreams not allow us to sleep. And therefore, we will pursue those dreams in all its earnestness. And all of you know that Dr. Kalam was heading DRDO for a long time. And whatever ethos he built during that time, they are still our ethos today. Since I come from defense R&D background, I interact with a large number of academicians in various institutes, IISc, Indian Institutes of Technology, NITs, universities and colleges on one side. And on the other side, my portfolio is for interacting with the small industry, MSMEs, startups. And thousands of people I meet every year, thousands of researchers. And based on my interaction, I can very confidently say that there's no dearth of talent pool in our country. And the call of Atmanirbhar Bharat and along with the restriction on import of technology and systems, there is a total change, there's a positive turn in this psychological ecosphere in the country. The technology leaders or investigators today are willing to take risk for developing the technologies for transformational systems, transformational technologies. And translational technologies are being taken up by industry, which was not happening a few years back. And as we are the department in charge of promoting the defense R&D in the country, we are taking full advantage or we are consciously taking advantage of the situation today in the country. So today we have 15 DRDO industry academia centers of excellence operating in IISc, IITs, universities across the country, from Jammu in north to Coimbatore in south, and from Mizoram in east to Gujarat in west. DRDO is funding all these centers, but they are being managed by autonomous university system, and therefore they enjoy a lot of autonomy. Today we have given about 65 technology areas where these centers are working. Hundreds of professors and thousands of researchers are contributing in that. And these 65 areas are further being expanded because we are expanding this research system in university to other IITs and universities of prominence. So this whole academy ecosystem will be working on the defense R&D, defense technology related R&D. And we have 4 boards also, research boards, one each in naval systems, life sciences, armament, and aeronautics. And these are promoting the specific technology areas for those kind of systems. We have a technology development fund scheme which promotes the startups and the small industry MSMEs. So this commitment to inculcate transformational R&D in academia and translational R&D in industry has resulted in our current engagement of more than 5,000 scientists, researchers, and more than about 5,000 mentors, which is about 10,000 plus, which is more than the number of scientists we have in our system. And today we stand committed for investing about 1,500 crore rupees in the academic institutions and the small industry. So in order to further synergize this effort, we are going to link our DIA COEs, that is DRDO, Industry Academia Centers of Excellence, with our TDF scheme. So the funding becomes even more easier. This will provide a direct route to technologies from lab to industry without those technologies coming to DRDO labs and then going to industry. So direct route to industry we are now proposing. And we are expanding the TDF scheme to include deep technology projects in the areas such as secured semiconductor, AI, machine learning, cyber, etc. So we feel that each and every one of us is going to be beneficiary of this synergistic approach. DRDO will be benefited by ready availability of indigenous components and subsystems for major programs. Industry will be benefited by ready availability of technology from academia. And academia, because they will generate IP, they will write papers, publish papers, and they will have their patents. So it's a win-win situation for all of us because we are trying to break the silos that we were working so far. It is based on these initiatives and the whole of India approach that DRDO is now in position to commit aggressive timelines for major weapon systems. And as an example, I can cite the example of 5th generation aircraft AMCA. We are very confident that nation can fly the 5th generation aircraft within 4 years or less than 4 years of the sanction whenever it comes. DRDO is consciously investing in many new age technologies which have dual uses: robotics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, quantum technology, biotechnology, asymmetric warfare, hydrogen-based energy systems, electric propulsion, unmanned systems are just a few examples that we are working along with industry and academia. We not only set up the test facilities in our laboratories, but we also allow that to happen in the centers of excellence in academic institutions and the industry partners that we have, the MSMEs and the startups. Our partners in academia and industry may use these facilities to work out derivatives for civil applications free of cost. There is no charge that DRDO needs to take. And as an example, I want to give the medical oxygen plant today, which are operating in almost all the districts. These are a shining example of military technology of LCA Tejas getting into civil applications. So like that, there are multiple examples. I thought, let me just mention one here for the sake of knowledge. Similarly, many civil technologies also, earlier we used to talk about spin-off. Now even spin-in technologies are also important. And therefore, we are also able to take, since we are working with the industry and the academia, the spin-in is also happening. Civil technology is getting into military systems. In a nutshell, what we have tried to do in last few years is to break the silos and synergize. The results have been very, very encouraging. Apart from big ticket items like BrahMos export, for example, you might have heard, or radars or torpedoes being exported. There is a huge list of items that are ready for export, which are having DRDO IP as designed and produced by Indian industry. A compendium of export-ready products, systems, and technologies will be released in the upcoming Aero India next week. Our MSMEs and startups are now set to become part of a greater supply chain. And with my experience of our companies, I am able to say that Indian companies can produce world-class product at cheaper cost, provided they get support and enablement. And that is what we are trying to do. They are able to produce much better quality products using indigenous materials. than what are available to lead system integrators from X import. And I just give a few examples. Quantum key distribution. It's a new age technology, very much required for secured communication. Our laboratory, IIT Delhi and one industry worked together and we demonstrated 100-kilometer exchange of key between Prayagraj and Vindhyachal last year. This is probably the only experiment so far which has done it without using the repeaters. Others have done using the repeaters, but we have done without using the repeaters. For our naval ships, we used to import seawater pumps from a friendly country. That pump would need replacement every 100 hours of operation, owing to the corrosion. Today, a small company in Pune has developed a replacement that would work for 1,000 hours. Its cost and weight and power requirements are all less. We needed high-altitude drones to carry heavy payloads. Today, we have multiple companies, multiple startups supplying such drones and much heavier payloads. Today, we have our own drug duly certified for mitigating effects of nuclear radiation. We have developed critical cooler technology for our missile seekers. These are just a few examples of success by our industry. Smaller industry through DRDO schemes and breaking silos and synergize. In the intellectual world, I was just discussing with him, in the intellectual world, there is a problem. Every one of us wants to be an island of excellence. We are trying to break that silo. Instead of island, let us all become a continent and do much better than what we have been doing so far. We are consciously working to break these silos. All our patents are freely available to industry. All our R&D test facilities are available to industry on a very, very nominal charge basis. We are in position to work with academia and industry on from build to idea to build to spec and build to print. So all kind of things, whatever dream person can have, that I want to make a new kind of system, new kind of technology, we have the possibility to work together. We are focusing our effort to strengthen the ecosystem of cooperation, coordination, collaboration, and commitment with focus on consumer, competition, and company. Our customers are armed forces, but also the civilian applications. Our competition is not with any person or any identity or any entity. Our competition is with emerging technologies and competing technologies. Our company is DRDO with its partners in academia and industry. We are encouraging excellence through curiosity in science and creativity in technology amongst all stakeholders. Fortunately, information technology has provided all the tools, all the enablements that are required for doing this. I'm sure each department is trying to do what is best in their interest and the interest of the country, and to make our country a developed country during the Samrit Kal. My best wishes to the organizers for this successful conference. Thank you so much, and Jai Hind.